Okie dokie. I guess I should get into Zoom. That would help, huh? All right. Quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And this is Lunch, coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. Here are the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and our, yes,
Indeed.
Taco Tuesday.
It is. That's right. Taco Tuesday. That means 2 for Tuesday. And everybody will get double, count them 2 streamer bundles at the butt and the top of the hour. That's right. Double bottles for Mom.
Well,
hopefully.
2 different people, not 2 streamer bundles to the same person, though.
Well,
so.
Yes.
It is a point of clarification there. So, 4 opportunities to win bottles. Clarify your face.
Indeed. But yes, welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Tuesday, March 28th, 2023 here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. And on request of somebody yesterday, Jack and I have both installed a new game to play.
Yes.
I don't know if we've set up any rules or whether we're going to switch over to this new game or give you a choice yet. But we do have Nitro Stream Racing now ready for you guys and gals. So a little bit different from Marbles, although same rules apply. You get to type exclamation play, I believe it is. Put a car on the track and get to do a wacky race around the track for a chance to win, of course, some scrolls. If you win, which will also trigger giveaways when we do stuff like that. Options to customize your own cars, characters, all sorts of stuff. Tires, it's got a garage, it's got all sorts of stuff. So if you haven't checked it out yet, you might want to go to games.playnitro.com, check it out. You won't need to download it because, again, that's something that we run. But I think you might be able to create an account and modify your cars there. So
Maybe.
yes, haven't looked into it in depth, but just to give you a little sneak peek of what it's looking like here.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, I'm in an race
yeah,
option right now.
yeah,
But
I'm looking. We got standard races and giveaways, which the giveaways gives everyone the same odds, racing with no boosts, equipments, or no upgrades, whereas the standard is just free play, but whatever boosts and stuff that your cars have come into play. And then at the time, we have 3 different tracks: the Destruction Desert, Cloud Chase, and the Rush Hour Race, each one giving you a different track formation to play.
well, yeah, I
And
mean, should we go ahead and turn around and let's go ahead and do a race right now?
just to show it off.
Yeah, to see if it works.
Oh, I
And
know. Well, I know the actual thing works, but sure, let's go ahead and try.
I mean, everybody do exclamation mark play and
Well,
let's see what
we
happens.
have to load it up first, so before you do that. So
Well, I've got a. I did the cloud chase
you did the cloud
community one.
chase? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the cloud chase as well. I'm gonna select that track and race options. Let's see what the race options. 3 track, 3 laps, no bots. And what are
Okay.
balloons?
Hold on. Bot counts 3 laps. Balloons is not active. So
Yeah, not actives.
and the only person that okay, now Stymie's in.
Yep,
Mom
I got
is
Mom, Bridge
not in
Troll,
yet for some odd.
Dyson, Synassist. I guess I should get in on your side just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, for some reason, Mom didn't get in, and she did exclamation mark play on my side. So, Mom, please redo it again. And I don't know if there's a countdown after we hit start race.
Uh, Good question. So we're gonna do it. If you're not in yet, well, you better get
3,
in quick.
2, 1, start. Oh, it gives you 10 seconds.
But this is gonna be quite the interesting addition to the game, but
Yes,
to our
yes.
repertoire. And we're off to the races.
Oh. 3, 2, 1, start. Oh no! Ejected! Already, I was ejected.
You get
But
put
they
back
put
into
you
the
back.
race. They put you back into the race. Yes.
Mom is currently in the lead until she got knocked over by that speed bump.
What does that do?
Oh, there goes Mom. There goes me. All kinds of people getting slapped off the track. But Mom currently in the lead. Lily on my
Yeah.
desk.
Gary
asking for headbutts.
815 out in front, who keeps getting dumped.
Oh,
Dyson
there's
J in
Lily going
second.
straight to the shoulder. But Mom in the lead currently until she did that. Now, I took over the lead.
NBNN news flying through the air. I haven't been reset yet.
Oh. And final lap. I am currently in the lead. No one near me. Oh, I got sucked down. Where is Stymie?
Hard to keep track of the whole field.
Well, it does have numbers on it, so.
I know that, and we can switch between the different ones, but
Oh no, Laz now in the lead.
looks like Bridge Troll actually came in and put a win.
And Laz won. Laz won, so everybody gets to send me scrolls.
So, top speed, sociopathic lemur, air travel carry 815, most cars hit 17, NBNN news. And of course, you get to earn coins for the races, and those coins can go towards all sorts of cool stuff. So, uh,
Yeah.
very, very cool. You cheated somehow? Well, in this version of the race, apparently you can use your mods and all that other stuff. So pretty interesting, fun stuff. But this is now an option for us to go ahead and have some fun with you guys and gals as well, and do some cool stuff with. So it is an option. And just for shits and giggles, since Bridge Troll won, I'm going to go ahead and throw him some scrolls. I keep hearing something like one of my cats growling, but it's neither one of my cats.
Oh. Hey, but I had the longest air travel and the top speed.
Oh, you got both? Very cool.
Yeah, but you got the 9 cars hit. So
Well, most cars hit. I love that one. Yes, I
yeah.
hit the most cars in on my race as well.
Yeah.
Tina, you're too much. You're too much. But before we got interrupted with game deviation yesterday, playing some marbles and loads of tips and subscriptions and bits and all that stuff, we were covering some QA patch notes.
Yes, we
I've got a couple other topics, including one of our favorite recurring topics, maps. Yet again,
Never.
maps yet
So
again.
where were we?
We had just finished talking about the right-clicking decoration pet conversationalist and coming up on another one of the really cool fixes out here, because this is something that we've complained about time and time again, over and over and over.
Yep.
If Jack will get away from his work computer.
Hey. Where are we?
Conversationalists.
What conversationalist can now be renamed on a lot when the owner is not present if it's yours.
No, it's your.
And if it's your. Sorry.
If it's your. Yeah, if it's your.
Your. Fixed co-owners access to decoration pets.
Yay on both of those.
Yes. Updated some of the moon skill descriptions to stay consistent between them. Then after that, Halls of Artifice reset Kiakis back to his correct character model. Out in South Marsh, the 2 locations with deep water will now allow swimming and fishing.
Ooh, fish.
Because did you know that we can actually really swim other than on the surface? We can deep dive.
No. Where can you deep dive?
We can't.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, and Tina's absolutely right. And out in Grux, Vishbop should no longer move from his spawn location. Out in Yannaford, fixed a typo in Caretaker Zed's shrine response. Solace Bridge outskirts, no location in the abandoned village should have anti-theft protection anymore.
Yes, let's do a lot more of that. Let's get back to the anti-theft protection
Yeah.
bullshit going away because,
Yes.
any place where there's not somebody overlooking it, looking it should be dealable without repercussion.
Yes.
Apparently, we have too many Care Bears out there who, oh, this should be protected and it should be red and it should be. No, just leave it well enough alone. They got bigger and better things to fix than having to go around and change the little shit like that that's already been working fine for the last 8, 9+ years.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it.
Yeah. Um, Out in Salisbury outskirts, they also fixed a small bed with a bad display name. In Blood Bay,
Bad
they fixed
name.
a small bed with a bad display name.
Bad name.
Out in Kroll, they added high fire damage to a lava pool at the bottom of a ravine.
Like the
Out in
lava
Verdana's
wasn't
Shardfall,
bad enough.
they added visual effects to the water within the crater. So when are they going to add high damage to traps?
Or are they just going to add damage to traps? They
Well, there
actually
is
did.
damage. They
They
do
they
like
they
50.
they actually did one in the earlier one, that spike trap. Apparently,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the traps that we can place, though.
Yeah. Yeah. When is that going to happen? That we can place traps and we can like lock pick and we can like pickpocket.
I want exploding chests, man. I want exploding
Yeah.
chests.
Yeah.
Want to be
Out
able
in
to
Port
trap my chest so anybody goes peeking in them, they get boom.
Out in Port Harmony, they added named NPCs, including merchants, trainers, and animal trainers. Did
So,
they used the did they make up their own names or did they use the pledge reward names that we were
oh,
supposed to
I'm
have?
sure they made up their own names because they've forgotten that they still owe lots of people pledge rewards on
Yeah.
name your own character. But does that mean that Port Harmony has just changed from PRT to an NPC town? Is that what that means?
Yeah, I believe so. Because they're adding all these things.
Yes. And why Port
Um,
Harmony?
yeah, I don't know. But conversationalists will now have a nameplate when the owner is not present.
Yay!
And
Finally!
they added a nameplate to all deco pets.
Yay! Finally!
Then they adjusted max size of the Bug Brigade cloaks in the new bug rewards.
Oh,
Out in Blood River outskirts, Peon no longer claims to be a member of the White Guard.
you
Out
guys.
in Kiln, caretaker Caden's shrine response now refers to honor instead of justice. Out in Yannaford, caretaker's Eurydice's shrine response now properly refers to justice instead of honor. Out in Kingsport, they fixed a typo in Pal's rumors response. And the Plains Road encounter, the undead skeleton scenario no longer gives the Great Threat message more than once.
Nice. Nothing worse than getting it's a great threat. There's a great threat. There's a great threat. There's a great threat. And nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. Radio, dead air.
I know. Work, man, work. Conversationalist barbarian fighter male has his head back. And pets should now behave correctly when moved over a rug.
Nice.
Out in Port Graf, they
Lots
removed
of
the line
pet
of sight
love.
line of sight requirement for conversations with the Ebon prisoner. Removed the line of sight requirement.
That's
Does
what
that
it
mean that we
says.
can now talk to NPCs across the map?
Well, is we'll have to go check on Thursday. I have to go check.
Yeah. Then adjusted air and water elemental visuals, tweaked materials to make it slightly more visible, increased size, reduced opacity of on visual effects, and fixed visual effects size issues on large elementals. Out in Trolls Bridge, they fixed a path grid issue that was preventing the trolls from walking across the bridge steps.
Never saw
Out in
that as a
Castle
problem.
Atos, added some extra lights.
Sure, Castle Atos gets lights, but screw you, POT owners.
Screw you guys. We're only doing it in Castle Atos. Castle Atos, they fixed collision on the inner gateway. Battle of Solace Bridge removed obsolete quest data from the new player handbook found in this scene.
Cool.
Crooked Shank. Villagers will now have alternate bark after you wrong them. Removed elements of an archway. Now it's floating over water.
Now this
Pets will
one
be
is stupid as all get out.
Pets will be dismissed when a player is AFK in an adventure scene and the pet is fighting.
So if I tell my pet to fight and I'm standing back and your AFK timer kicks in while I'm waiting for my pet to finish his fucking job, I get screwed, right? Okay, I see your thoughts there.
Yeah, that's for control points.
That's for anything, not just control points, anything. If the AFK timer kicks while you're out in the mines and your pet's doing his dirty work for you, and you just happen to AFK while you're waiting for your pet to finish his job, your pet goes poof and you die.
But all you have to do is move the fucking camera. You're not even doing that. You're AFK fighting.
Well, sometimes I'm AFK fighting. What can I say?
Well, that's not allowed. Fuck it up.
Well, sometimes you gotta run to the restroom. You know what I'm saying?
Your AFK timer is not going to time out in the time you're in the damn bathroom.
Hey, we get the AFK timeout while we're sitting here on the lot. Yeah. And aside from the fact that if the AFK timer kicks in, it's going to probably punch you to the beginning of the zone as well.
Well, it is trying to find a way to limit AFK fighting, which is a good thing because you're not supposed to be able to AFK fight no matter what.
They do know
but
that
that would be them creating the game mechanic that didn't work properly in the first place.
Yeah, well, they do realize that all you need is a little macro that moves your
Well, and as Bridge Trolls
moves your mouse back and forth.
If macros didn't play Soda, who would?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, and they could have definitely been much meaner about it.
Because I've never macroed anything like fishing, or scroll making, or well, I'm not gonna give too many examples. I don't want to give away all the secrets.
Everything. Las macros breathing.
Dun, 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 how you macro in Soda? Very simple. You get a program.
You purchase a Razer keyboard that allows in-game macros.
You purchase that really expensive keyboard and mouse that they touted and sold you to go with the game that you're not allowed to use because they don't want you to use the expensive keyboard and mouse that they sold you when you first bought the game.
That they had that agreement with, and then they said, "Hey, you can do all these things," and then they're like, "Yeah, no, you're not allowed to do these things anymore." Yes.
Yeah, Carrie 815 says, I was shocked to learn that people really macro fishing. Shock turned into that makes sense because fishing is painful. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Then from there, updated the logic by which avatars can obtain the key from Lord Harcourt Drumplemouth. Out in Spectral Mines, they updated the path grid, added reverb and ambient sounds to the new Death Bunny caves. The description of ephemeral pet equipment states that the items should not be repairable, but player was able to drop a repair kit on them to repair. This action has been blocked since the intent is that these items cannot be repaired. Okay. It's a lot of words to say. Fixed. No longer repairable. The garden shed is now placeable on pot land by a governor or steward. Out in Ardoris, they dredged all the canals and some of the open water.
Canals.
Why not just say deepened these and made them better fishing spots?
Yeah. By the way, that garden shed fix was, just a very, very recent request that came in. There goes that AFK timer hunting Jack and moving him around. Yeah, there it goes.
What? Yes, AFK timer to the detriment of all because they don't know how to program an AFK timer. And it's like before, it's like we're not going to kick anybody for being AFK, and now it's like I get to watch scene loads when I'm AFK.
Yay.
While I'm sitting down or doing something else. Out in Brewcash, they corrected typos in Umberjack's responses for Albreda. They added 4 new exotic deco fish for fish tank. And fish tank contents added new decoration fish into fishing loot tables.
Well, I would hope so.
Which goes back to
wasn't that pretty obvious when they said they added 4 new decos? Okay, for the tank, not fish. Yeah. Okay, decos and fish, 2 different things. All right, I get it. This is a big one.
No, it's the exact same thing, just worded differently. Added 4 new exotic deco fish for fish tanks.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Fish tanks added new decoration fish into fishing loot tables.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Now, this is where, remember that API discussion the other day to where it's like, hey, we can actually figure out where things are doing? Yeah. This is where that API would be relevant for, hey, you forgot, you Shroud math this, and it's not dropping properly.
But here's a big one. This is a fix that was needed for a long time, and yes. I am so happy to see this fix finally being taken care of.
4 years in the making.
And Les?
Yes?
Just because I know you, as of last night, I can confirm it was working on QA. So if it doesn't work in the live thing, something happened, because it was actually working.
What was working?
Yeah.
What you're about to read.
Oh, okay. Very cool. So we have confirmation.
Liza's going to read it? Okay.
Is fix, confetti, snowball, and cupid bow can now be thrown at anyone, friendly or hostile, which, of course, we had a big problem, especially with snowballs.
Are they going to reintroduce the bug to where you can throw it at an invisible person?
Well, I just like the ability to throw it at like the guards and the NPCs and smack an NPC upside the head with, So I'm curious though what'll happen when you do it against like say a skeleton archer or something like that. Does it actually give you aggro and all that? Did you test any of that stuff, Mom, or did you just test? I
was not testing it. I was merely in chat with someone who was.
Oh, okay. But we will thoroughly give that a shot come Thursday. But no sarcasm there, Segalian. I'm actually happy that they finally fixed this. This was one of them quality of life features that used to work, and they broke it. And got pissed off that when I tried to smack Jack upside the head with a snowball, it would throw it off to left field someplace, not even in the way I aimed it or targeting. It just would go over here. I'm aiming there, and my character would turn and throw it off to left field because whatever they did broke it. So,
Yeah.
being
Well, they
able to
shroud nerfed
actually,
it.
yeah, being able to use that again because I got lots of snow and snowballs and so
I
does
have lots of
Jack.
snowball boxes.
Jack's got a lot of boxes, and so do I. I never sold off
Yes.
any of mine, so I got like,
I
I want
sold
to
a few.
say, yeah, I want to say at least a dozen more snowball boxes.
Yes.
And of course, they're great for building those snow people. But
Yes.
yes, big fix in quality of life as far as I'm concerned when it comes to that item. So, and
Yes.
happy to finally see it. Not just the
Okay.
snowballs, but the confetti and the Cupid bow. So,
Oh, Laz, you know what time it is?
this is the butt of the hour. It's the butt.
Uh-oh. Three
What
people in on
in
my
the butt?
side, and Mom is not victorious. Lomir's in the wrong seat, so he's got to come walking over to me.
All right, pulling our two winners, and Lomir and Mom. Mom's gonna get some bottles from me.
Oh, but Stymie the Savage Furry is getting one from me. And Lomir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Lomir.
No, thank you.
Thank you for participating.
There you go, Lomir.
My
Thank
giveaway
you.
is reopened. Laz's is reopened. So exclamation mark bundle me. Get in on those giveaways as we continue these patch notes that are on the QA server. Out in Well of Elder, they fixed a pathing issue with some stairs. Black Blade Foothills. Reduced damage and updated sound effects for the Dust Devil tornado hazard. Made similar updates to other tornadoes. Why would you reduce the damage? Aren't these things supposed to
People
kill you?
complaining about it, I'm sure. Oh,
So
I got too much damage.
Sagalian said, "This is why I keep watching. You guys give genuine praise." And again, when it's due, we do, and when it don't, we don't. As we just call it as it is, man. As we don't, go out of our way to do stuff like that. But again, well, you'll see here coming up in a minute. It's not us who keeps bringing this stuff up, but the community in general. We're going to be revisiting the map problem here in just a minute, as soon as we finish this, and we're going to be talking about some recipes there too.
Hey,
Because
juvenile. Hey, we're going to be doing stuff after
juvenile
we
dragons.
finish. Juvenile dragons. They improved loot acquired from skinning
Nice.
and removed blueprints meant to be specific to the rise.
So if you're out there farming those for those blueprints, get it while it's hot for the next 2 days.
In the rise, the orange pit dragon is now the ferocious orange pit dragon. Has white wings, is only dragon that offers blueprints for the rise rooms as loot. And they corrected the scale of the small dragon colliders and moved names closer to their bodies. Out in the Well of Elder, they reduced collision of a column that was extending too far into a walkway. Out in Spectral Peaks, they added webs to the Spider Boss Cavern. And Brookside, they moved several floating world objects to the ground.
I mean, people still go to Brookside. They still insist on keeping that place shrouded in fog. They haven't removed the fog from Brookside yet, because that is the most annoying feature of that town, if anybody hasn't been out there.
Yes.
Yeah, so Galleon, there are quite a few of those haters out there, and there are people who no matter what. I mean, I can name a whole bunch of them. All you have to do is go out to the Shroud of the Avatar
Shroud
fan
Raw,
site on
Shroud Raw,
Facebook.
Reddit.
Not even
Oh,
Shroud Raw. You just go out to Facebook, and anytime anybody asks a simple question, a bunch of haters pop up going, that game sucks. So is that game still alive? I'm surprised it hasn't died yet. And
yeah,
you can keep saying that, but you know what? You've been saying it for so many years. Maybe you're the one who's in the wrong. Yeah, because we're still here. Fuck, we're still here, and even we're surprised at that 9 years later. But somebody would have told both of us that we'd be doing this together for 9 years. We would have both told you all to go take a jump off a short pier because we wouldn't have believed that we'd be doing this together for 9 years. This started out as
yeah, and
a fluke. Yeah.
and realistically, like if they got a capital infusion, were able to hire additional developers, had a executive producer that knew what they were doing, then everything would change realistically. And they would have focus, they would have drive.
Well,
And
I got a laugh
instead,
the
we've
other
got
day.
Chris not being around for months.
It's January.
Yeah, since January on the forums. Segalian's been emailing Richard Garrett trying to convince him to do Soda 2. Yes. But that is them asking for someone to come through and provide some funding, which means they have to give up some control.
Somebody who will remain nameless shared the original Shroud of the Avatar trailer video, and I got a really good laugh because at the bottom of the trailer it had Portalarium, Travian, and something else. You remember Travian? Remember
Black Sun. Yeah.
Black Sun. Yeah. Remember those companies that were supposed to help, push this over the edge and help make this, a big game. And why did that all fall apart?
Because Travian makes browser games and was the wrong choice.
Well, that too, but I'm going to go with the cash infusion that Travian gave went straight to developer salaries, even when they were asked. All of the advertising budget went straight to salaries.
But my understanding was that the money promised by Travian never materialized. Was what my understanding was.
Hey,
Jack.
Yes.
Do you know that your stream is offline?
Why is my stream offline?
Refresh.
Shouldn't be offline.
No, it just says stream temporary offline.
It's not.
Shouldn't. Webpage.
Refresh.
Let's get the telescoping as soon as it decides to load. Thank you, AdBlock Plus, for doing blocking the ads. But no, it's up. We got the fun telescoping.
Yeah.
So that would be Portalarium doing a cash call for additional funds and being said no.
Well, again,
my metric so bad.
My understanding was they were supposed to get $2 million from Travian, and that never materialized, which put a kibosh on a whole bunch of stuff. That was my understanding. Whether that was actually true or not, we don't actually know, but that's the way I understood it. Yeah.
My understanding was cash call was rejected based off of user metrics.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're asking for all this money and you've got how many players? And it's like, no.
Whatever it was, it all fell apart. But let's get to a very popular topic.
Maps?
Yeah. One of our famous map makers, Burko, chimes in here, and then a couple other people chime in with some really good. I don't really get Burko's comment because but maybe you can read a little bit more into it.
I did art maps of the Novia continent. Add cities, motivate me. I don't know what the context is for that either.
Yeah, I mean, he had the really great map with the key and all the cities, and actually he did maps of the Novia continent. I don't remember ever seeing any published city maps from
No,
him. So
he didn't do that. He
yeah,
just did the overall map.
yeah, it had all the cities on the map listed, but I don't remember ever
Yes.
seeing it. So let's move on to other commentary because he revised this Necro thread again. Actually, this is
Yes.
one of the more
So
recent ones. This isn't a Necro thread, actually.
yes. This was the Shroud, the avatar / map. This was all done by Burko as far as the artwork goes. Today, or was it yesterday, is the 5th anniversary of episode 1 being completed. Maps at this stage, or even the underlying technology, shouldn't be a work in progress. That should have been one of the fundamentals.
Absolutely.
Is today the 5th year anniversary? Or was it yesterday?
That was today. It was right around today. I mean, actually, I want to say a little. I thought it was like the 18th or something like that. It was when the release party was.
Nope. March 27th.
Yeah. So
the official release is March 27th.
So yesterday. So Dwips wants to know. So have you both pledged to do the news till the game shuts down, or you still hereby have it? Well, we're here a little of both, actually. Again, we've got a lot vested into this. Aside from the news and other stuff and pledges and wanting to see the game succeed. It's still profitable, and as long as it's profitable, if you don't know, it's no big secret. Jack and I came into this game to actually be resellers, and streaming was just supposed to be part of our reselling strategy. Where if you haven't heard us, and we really stopped doing a lot of it, but don't forget to go shroudmarketplace.com, the place to buy and sell all your virtual vendable goods here inside Shroud of the Avatar. But we both had virtual stores, which we both still have. We both wanted to buy and sell goods in the collectibles area and the rares area, but the folks down at the offices decided to put a kibosh on collectibles and rares, which put a little bit of a dent into that. But when we saw that we could still sell things like scrolls and ores, especially scrolls, that's what really sealed it, I think, for Jack and myself. Is Jack was out one day on the road, and he calls me from the road and goes, "You'll never fucking guess what I just sold." And I was like, "What?" And he says, 100 scrolls. And I'm like, "You mean in the store?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Fuck you." He's like, "No, really." So at that point, when we realized that, literally anything would sell on the open marketplace. Shroud Marketplace particularly. And again, out of all the other marketplaces, of their trusted trader program, of all the other things that this game has done, you know who has lasted the longest? The guys who run it the smartest. I wonder who those guys would be. All the streamers who said we wouldn't last, well, where are they? All the stores that said we've got the greatest idea, where are they? All those stores are now defunct, but Shroud Marketplace is still going strong day in and day out. And if you don't have an account, they're free to create. You can go and open your own store. You can go set it up, and it's only a small percentage taken out per sale in order to get a free account.
If only you could buy weddings and more. And Laz has actually sold weddings at Shroud Marketplace.
As a matter of fact, I had somebody just contact me. We have a couple, and this was just recently, it's in the works. They're actually getting married in real life, met in game, and they came to me and they asked me to help plan their in-game wedding after they get married officially in real life, which when it comes to fruition, we will announce it. We will have it. We'll probably stream. I'll probably stream it. But yes, if you can only buy Weddings and More, that's right, Dark Blue Monkey. Thank you for the plug. Weddings and More by Lazarus, because it's not just weddings, it's a whole lot more. And yes, want to buy a duck? You can buy a duck right on my site. You want to buy pet duck? You want to buy wooden duck? We've got ducks too. So what you do with the duck after you buy it from me ain't none of my business. But yes. But continuing on, not to beat the dead horse. Hey,
Not to beat a dead horse,
not my
but the
words.
topic of maps being missing or broken comes up nearly every review. It's one of those things that sticks out like a sore thumb to all new players. And we're half a decade after launch. It's a mystifying why this 5-alarm goes ignored year after year. It takes time. It's a slow process. Okay, so why are they choosing a slow, tedious, and manual way of approaching it? It's like the Quest System 1.0. There wasn't any apparent forethought or future-proof way it was engineered. They took the easiest, quickest route from the onset. No, they didn't. They let Lum write the entire fucking thing for 1 fucking year. What? Lum spent 1 year writing the Quest system.
Which he was not qualified
and we all know how shitty that was. Huh?
Yes, which he was not qualified to do.
No.
And
now
a
they're
player,
paying the price down the road.
Player, Jacob White, created the map system that you know now because they didn't have the time or energy to do it. And they took that easy way out by buying it from Jacob White without doing their due diligence, knowing that it would take 10 or 11 hours to create a single map by hand. Something that if they would have asked people like, oh, I don't know, Laz and Jack, we could have told them how long it took. Jacob White could have told them how long it took. Jacob White probably did tell them how long it took, and they went,
yeah,
oh, we can probably do it faster, until they realized that it took 10 or 11, or much out.
We're cooler than you. We can do this much faster.
Dark Blue Monkey with
since
200
that
bits.
purchase,
I think he
how
meant to
many
do
maps
300
did they
bits.
actually add?
Laz? They've added a few.
No, to Jacob White stuff.
Yeah, they've added a few.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Well, if you go out to misrender,
they've added some in-game maps, but have they updated the Shroud of the Avatar map page?
Well, they've abandoned the that map page because 2 years ago we were supposed to move that to its own personal server and install that server, but apparently nobody's had time to go and put that server in place because we're still doing other servers that were promised 2 years ago.
We still haven't done the new upgrades for the servers that are either. So,
but Dark Blue Monkey, you're going to get yourself a mystery game key, and thank you for that. Best stream on Twitch. Best train wreck on the internet.
Oplek they took the quickest, easiest route from the onset, and now they're paying the price years down the road. I've always found the development priorities to be misguided.
Amen to that.
Yeah. The core development was done by folks that had never made an MMO before or even really an RPG. So is this much of a surprise?
Dark Blue Monkey, you're going to get yourself a copy of Steel Rats. Steel Rats.
Yeah.
Worth $9.99.
Yeah. Don't forget, Chris Spears did work on Tabula Rasa as an assistant lead tech guy. I think that's what it was.
I mean, Richard Garriott, Ultima.
Well, Richard wasn't writing any code for this.
But,
but
the Ultima is
Richard's
League
role,
of Legends. Tabula Rasa. What was the other big one?
But Richard was, here's my ideas, other people are responsible for doing the actual development. He was just like, this is the way I want things to work and how I want them to work. And Chris was an associate lead programmer on Tabula Rasa.
Yeah. The
Yes.
Galleon says, I maintain that Shroud of the Avatar started out as a small single-player game and pivoted to an MMORPG that caused 99% of the issues. Well, I think what really caused the issues is they reached too far. They wanted it to be a single player game, a game that you could play with just your friends, and B, an MMO. They tried to do the triple threat, which of course failed miserably because after a while we got rid of that friends only portion of the game. We got rid of a lot of the private scenes, not all of them, but most of them. None of the parts work together. Absolutely, Sigalian. Again, and while we have a pretty viable, I would say, single player offline mode, which you still need to be connected online to get your goodies and rewards. I don't think we're going to see an episode 2 come in on that part. I'm going to be interested to see what they do with that and how they combine episode 2 into the single player entity of the game. Because, again, episode 2 is probably not going to be a standalone like Ultima 1, Ultima 2, Ultima 3, Ultima 4, and all of that stuff. So, going to be interesting to see how they handle episode 2 when it comes down to that.
So part of the problem with that is like over 90% of the players base wanted the MMO because they wanted Ultima Online too, essentially.
Yes.
And they were never they never figured out how to do any of it because like the quest line only was being written as NPC towns were actually implemented. So that's why you end up with the love quest taking so much longer than the truth and courage ones.
Well,
the
yeah,
truth and courage
they put the
like
40 hours into the first one, and then they said, "Oh, well, we didn't think about these other ones, even though we put them into the game. How do we fix that?" And
and so that is one where it's like,
Jaime said they wanted the game to be the it game for everyone. Absolutely. The guy, and there is some good episode 2 content. They have not revealed any overarching story, which is coming. Bridge Troll, someone just made a sandbox to compete with The Sims, Life by You, or something like that.
But I mean, it is one where it's like, you need a strong executive producer to rein in people from doing shit like Chris did. The reason that we ended up with the sewers was because Chris spent a few hours at home, slapped the sewer that is in Owl's Head together, and then look how quickly I can do this stuff. And then from there you end up with, oh, now we have to create an entire sewer system that really actually kind of interconnects the entire map.
Look how quickly I can put in combos. It takes nothing. 5 years later, where are combos? Where are all these new combos that were so easy to put in?
But that is one where it's like you need that executive producer to say no. And from there to actually guide the ship to where it needs to be. So the executive staff is really to blame for the ship not being right in Shroud of the Avatar. And that includes the former CEO of Portalarium. And who was the last CEO of Portalarium, Laz?
Chris?
Oh, yes. Yeah. But if you do not have a team that is responsible for directing what your developers are actually working on, you've got problems. Yes.
So I'm just going through and verifying something here. Let's just touch on this
What?
topic real quick. Cooking recipes, because this is an interesting one, and I'm just verifying this on screen right now.
Does anyone know any vendors where I can buy cooking recipes? Generally, there are very few cooking recipes you need to buy. Almost all of them are reteachable, discoverable, which means you don't need the recipe to make it. Put the ingredients on the stove and you can make them. The wiki is a great recipe resource on recipes.
Yes. And as I'm looking and browsing here, it's actually pretty true. Almost everything I'm seeing is not only teachable, but mostly reteachable when it comes to cooking. Of course, cooking has such a really in-depth
skill tree.
Yeah, in-depth skill tree with one hole. But I mean, yeah, almost everything in cooking is reteachable. Fucking A. Holy shit. With the exception
most
of it.
cooking recipes can be bought off various NPC cooking vendors.
Well, that goes without saying. So I was wondering why that wasn't an answer, or the person who is asking the question just didn't think that maybe I should visit a cooking vendor for this. But I mean, even the wine casks are teachable, reteachable. Let's see, the only one 25-year whiskey, not reteachable, not teachable. Brittany Ale and Elderman beer are teachable, as well as 2-year whiskey, 7-year whiskey teachable. Drockbach, the beers are teachables, but not reteachable, and the wines, and then everything else except for I think pumpkins. Was it pumpkins? Let me see. I know I saw it here. Seems to be jack-o'-lantern, and gingerbread. Even gingerbread house is teachable. Jack-o'-lantern is the one you have to buy. And then, was that the only one? I mean, so the answer to that question is yeah, you really only have to buy like, one or two.
Then there's the rare ones like wyvern egg salad that you can only loot. But those are few and far between.
That's one I probably don't have. But everything else I have, is actually reteachable for the most part, and only a couple teachable. So, yeah, save yourself the gold. I became a cooking GM. Anyone want 2,000 tubs of butter?
Yes. But yeah, cooking recipes. Yummy.
Yeah.
You remember all those months that they did on food slots?
Yeah, that was food slots, artifacts, food points.
Yeah, I mean it is one where it's like
we
a
could have
lot
got
of
maps.
wasted development time.
We could have got maps.
Could have gotten maps. Could have gotten collision in combat. Could have gotten fixed network code. Could have gotten all kinds of things, but food slots.
We're gonna give you a pet food that you eat for your pet, because yes, everybody eats their cat's kibble, and their cats live just fine by you eating their kibble. Absolutely.
Yeah. Segalian likes my decoration method for the lot.
Oh yes,
is random trash.
Is random stuff that we drop all over the place. You think that's
you know what I haven't grabbed in a very, very long time, because they've been completely nullified.
What's that?
My obsidian potions of learning from my box. Because remember,
I use one or two from time to time.
Remember when we got those 78 obsidian potions?
Oh yes. You got them
for
twice.
their month-long downtime, and they allowed everybody to just choose whichever obsidian potion they wanted. So you could have essentially in a year of straight obsidian potion of guidance if you had like all the XP in the world.
No, you couldn't get guidance out of those. Guidance don't come out of those.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you
No,
could.
guidance doesn't come out of an obsidian potion bundle.
Trust me.
You don't.
During the downtime,
You don't get guidance out of it. We verified that. Go open one. You can't choose guidance out of it.
Laz, how do I have 15 potions of obsidian potions of guidance that are green?
Because you got them through other means.
It came. No, I got them through their downtime fuck up.
Well, I don't know then. But it's time to close out our giveaways.
I know they're not in the obsidian push rewards.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The rewards, you can't get a potion of guidance out of the rewards. It's not an option.
Nope, I'm looking at it right now. You can't.
Okay, so one, the obsidian potions that you could get from the
Bridge Troll and
from the monthly subscription are completely different than the ones that were given to people that were affected by the outage.
We will look at that Thursday because we're not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. But it's time for us to get out of here. Dun, dun, dun.
Krazuka, you Krazuka in game, I'm hoping. If not, shout out your name. As we close the final giveaway, pick ourselves a winner. And that's going to be Bridge Troll. And Bridge Troll, you're going to get yourself a copy of Soul Axiom Rebooted. Soul Axiom Rebooted. On Steam.
Bane. So I was giving away potions of guidance. The problem is that you could have just opened all those bags that they gave you and used all of them for just claiming the potions of guidance. And
well, I've still got them all, so we'll verify that on Thursday. But meanwhile, we got to get out of here.
Getting a Steam key.
We'll be back with more on Thursday, release day, right here on NBNN, where we recap everything we just recapped over the last 2 days, most likely. But we'll see if they give us anything new. I think, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Thank you, Dark Blue Monkey. You ain't half bad either, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all on Thursday.